My name is Mike. I am a theater educator and a motion designer. What do those two things have to do with each other? Ha ha ha, ha ha, good question. I tried to answer that question recently at CETA's, that's CETA, the California Educational Theater Association's annual conference. My presentation was mostly about using free online tools like Canva or SketchUp to take theater blocking and staging and design and teaching those things out of really messy notebooks and post-it notes and scribbled notes and put them into a digital form that's really easy to edit, to share, and to iterate on. In this video, I want to specifically talk about how I ended that presentation, which was with a demo that I made in Blender. There's the theater education and motion design connection, showing what it could look like to use XR tools in theater education, design, staging, and blocking. First, I modeled out the stage of the auditorium of the high school where I was a drama director. It's empty right now, as it frequently is in the real world, but in our XR world, we can bring up our virtual hands. Hi there! We can call up our menu with options for lights, curtains and drops, sets and set pieces, and characters. Let's start by opening the lights menu. I've got my rail lights up here, I got my spotlights down here. I'm just starting with the basics because this is a demo, but obviously you could add way more lights based on what you have in your space. So I'm going to play with the power settings on my spotlights. Let's see, go up, go down. Up, yeah, okay. Now maybe I want to tweak some of the color coming from the rail lights. See what that looks like. I'm going to pick one of those. Shift that over. Okay, nice little blue. Okay. You know what? Actually, I want to change the color of all the lights on this other rail. So I'm going to select that whole rail, and then I'm going to make some changes there and bring that to that nice pinkish. There you go. Yeah, nice. Okay, that looks good for now, but I know I'll come back in here later when I've got some set pieces and some virtual actors on the stage to tweak things. Speaking of sets and set pieces, I'm gonna bring in a drop and see how that looks. Now I can get the dimensions of the drops that I'm thinking about from Grosh or Kenmark, wherever I'm thinking about renting them, and my virtual set is pretty much to scale, so I can see exactly how that is going to look putting it in without actually spending any money on the rental yet or using any of the time of my free high school student labor. I want to see how that looks with the front legs out of the way. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now I want to see some set pieces in front of this backdrop. So I'm going to start with a door on a wagon and a few wagon flats. These are blank, so I or the designer I'm working with can go into Photoshop, we can go into Canva, we can get out a pencil and paper. You could design your sets in crayon. I'm not here to judge. And then we can take a picture of those, bring them into the computer, and boom, there they are. They're on our flats. And I haven't even spent a dime on paint yet. I can swap them out, try a few different things. Remember, one of the big things here, it's editable, it's iterative. Those designs on the flats look good for now, so let's put some furniture in front of them. This is the configuration for scene 7 of our imaginary show that doesn't exist. So let's shuffle everything around now, grab that, move that there, that goes there, that goes there, and that's how things are gonna look in scene 12. Of this play that does not exist. And there we go. We've done some design and we've done some staging and it's taken a matter of minutes. But if building it a piece at a time isn't doing it for you, we can get rid of all of this, goodbye, and we can bring in a full model of an existing set. The SketchUp 3D Warehouse, which is completely free, already has a bunch of theater sets available. And once you start bringing them into your virtual scene, you can make your own edits. I'm gonna try a different staircase here. I'm gonna try a different lamppost here. I'm gonna give that a little twist, a little turn. Okay. Awesome. This is a terrible looking set for a play that shouldn't and will not ever exist. And as ugly as this is, it still doesn't work without a cast, so we got to bring in some cast members. Based on the 3D models I could find for free, let's populate the stage with the most eclectic cast ever assembled anywhere for an imaginary play that doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's send them over there. Let's get them going over here. And you belong in that chair, and you belong on that couch. You look tired, so you're gonna lay down. Ta-da, you go there. She needs to go over here. They need to go right up there. We're gonna fly this person, so let's dangle them way, way above the stage. That looks safe. And there we go. Wow, I have no idea what's going on in this play, but I really wanna see it. So maybe you're wondering, how am I gonna build my theater in a 3D environment? Ha ha ha, how's this for kismet? The same week I presented at the CETA conference, Meta introduced an app called Hyperspace that lets you take a scan of an environment using MetaQuest VR goggles. That means you could easily capture a virtual version of your own auditorium, your black box, your cafetorium. I have done more than one show in a cafetorium in my lifetime. Your classroom or any other space just by walking around and looking at it. Technology. So while this is just a demo, none of this exists yet, the technology is here and it's improving on a daily basis. I think there's a lot of potential here for some exciting new ways of doing things in the theater education space. Theater educators and designers, what other functions would you like to see added to a tool like this? What haven't I thought of yet? Or teachers of other subjects, what lesson plans or units could you imagine teaching in a virtual shared XR space? Leave a comment, let me know. And I do just want to point out, I just talked about using technology in the classroom, and I never once said AI. Not even once. Didn't say it.